Our new heroes and resistance wherever they are on the planet. Africa resistance, Africa will resist.
As the Central Bank of Nigeria's Naira redesign policy bites harder, the scarcity of new notes continues to disrupt business activities. The network of elected women councillors of Benin presented its best wishes for the new year to the president of the National Association of Benin Communes. A magnitude of 7.8 earthquake has knocked down multiple buildings in southeast Turkey and northern Syria. Good morning. You're tuned into Golfe Africa. Welcome to this news edition. Here's the news in details. The Minister of Agriculture, Livestock and Fishery was at Donatine on Saturday morning for an annual release of small turtles, organized by the NGO Nature Tropical with the communities of this district. The activity is part of the celebration of the 19th edition of the National Day for Marine Turtles. Here's more information in the following commentary.
The non-governmental organization Nature Tropical and the people of Donati joined hands to release baby turtles into the sea on Saturday morning in Cotonou, Benin Republic. This was on the occasion of the 19th National Day for Marine Turtles. The event was an opportunity to salute the first decision taken in Benin a year ago to create the marine protected areas of Donati and the King's Mouth. The National Day for Marine Turtles is an opportunity to salute and raise public awareness on the protection of these species and the actions of eco-guards. Thanks to the actions of the non-governmental organization, fish species in general no longer suffer sad fates on Benin's coast, and the APRM, despite its busy agenda, was keen to show its support by taking part in this activity in view of its importance to the entire nation. The involvement of the authorities in the protection of fish species is clear. The support of the population for the fight of the non-governmental organization Nature Tropical is strongly encouraged in order to achieve the development of alternative income-generating activities for the local population in Benin Republic.
Still on the local scene, considering the accident phenomenon that occurred, Golfe Africa interviewed an evangelist, and he has this to say.
Je voudrais d'abord dire que le phénomène des accidents n'est pas particulier au Bénin. C'est, disons, un phénomène qui est récurrent dans tous les pays.
The accident phenomenon is not streamlined to Benin. It is a recurrence phenomenon in all the countries of the world. On the spiritual level, I would like to say that the Word of God says that it is God that watches over the city, the spirit, soul, and the body of all those that lives in the city. When the Lord of hosts does not watch over a city, those that watches over it watches it in vain. When the builders build a house and do not see God as the foundation pillar, the house will scatter. A lot of people do not understand that the best solution is gotten from God. Today, many are using the occultic word as a reference, talking about voodoo, the Canal deity, and all the fetish things. When I went to make inquiries, I was referred to those that serve Canal, and these people drink nothing but blood. But these people, It do a lot of sacrifice which may lead to accidents. This means that we need to return to the ancient practice, that is, consulting God for everything we have to do when talking about our well-being, our health, and every other thing.
Still talking about the accident, a priest was of the opinion that men were created in the image and likeness of God, but because we disconnected from God, that is why this calamity befalls us. Here's more details on the following reports.
Les accidents, tout ce qui se passe aujourd'hui, ça fait partie des crises multiformes. C'est les crises multiformes. C'est un état de croire à l'accomplissement.
Everything that's happening today is part of multiple crises, and it is even fulfilling the apostolic predictions. The multiple crises is happening in various sectors. We have social crisis, economic crisis, security crisis, spiritual crisis too, and all of these crises are astonishing to men. Humans are now asking questions. We are asking, is it the end time? Does God want to take account? These crises are occurring because man have turned away from the reasons we are created. We are created in the image and the likeness of God. We are comfortable when we are in God. So if man disconnects from his source, man will not be able to efficiently live a spiritual life. Everything that is happening is very justified. We have put everything in the hand of Satan. Then we say that it is Satan that does all. That is why all this negative thing is happening to us. Temptation came our way, but sadly, we did not overcome them.
On Thursday, the 2nd of February 2023 in Cotonou, Benin Republic, the Secretary General of the Ministry of Water and Mines spoke at the workshop on the progress reports on the implementation of the PAG project and the Ministry of Water, Mines and Hydrocarbon sector. Here's more details on the following reports.
It is with words of welcome and best wishes from the Secretary General of the Ministry of Water and Mines that the workshop on the progress report on the implementation of the PAG project in the Ministry of Water, Mines and Hydrocarbon sector, that it was declared open. This occurred on Thursday, the 2nd of February 2023 in Cotonou, Benin Republic.
Permettez-moi, Monsieur le Ministre, de prendre la parole au nom de tout le personnel du ministère de l'eau et des mines pour sacrifier à la tradition. Monsieur le Ministre,
please permit me, Honorable Minister, to speak on behalf of all the personnel of the Ministry of Mines and Water. Honorable Minister, Ministry of Mines and Water and personnel, I wish you and your family peace, health and good luck. I pray that only good things will come your way and all those close to you throughout the year 2023. We also want to congratulate you for your brilliant election. Despite the hard times experienced during the electoral campaign, we observe that you continue to handle all the ministry files, no matter how pressing and urgent the files were, you were able to deliver on time. The workshop chaired by the Minister of Water and Mines was followed by the launch of the 2023 budget of the Ministry of Water and Mines.
et pour reprendre les propos du chef de l'État à l'occasion des vœux nouvel an au peuple béninois le 31 décembre dernier, il cite « Gouvernement de son Excellence ».
For me, it is a pleasure to preside over this ceremony, and I will want to pass across the message of the head of state, which he wished us on December the 31st, 2022, and I hope individually and collectively your expectations for the year 2023 will be met. The government of President Patrice Talon assigned a certain number of clear missions. A large number of these missions impact directly in the day-to-day lives of the citizens. That is why it is necessary to pinpoint the challenges faced and also to identify the general work before us before we continue in order to achieve the set objectives. Because 2023 is a year filled with a whole lot of new projects, and we also need to give feasibility to all the actors and make sure the programs are implemented. We therefore need to improve on our methods. We need to move fast in order to attain and fulfill all our objectives from the year 2022 to the year 2025. At the end of the event, the minister handed over mission letters to the various personnel heading the piloting of the water and mining program implementation.
Still on the local scene, the network of elected women councillors of Benin presented its best wishes for the new year to the president of the National Association of Benin Communes, who is also the mayor of Cotonou. More information in the following reports.
The network of elected women councillors of Benin presented its best wishes for the new year to the president of the ANCB, the National Association of Benin Communes, who is also the mayor of Cotonou. The mayor of Cotonou followed the traditional protocol of wishing everyone a fruitful new year and used the opportunity to make a brief overview on the challenges to be taken up by the institution during the course of the year 2023.
Cette cérémonie est une précieuse occasion offerte aux membres du REFEC d'exprimer une fois encore leur sincère reconnaissance à l'endroit de l'ANCB pour son soutien constant à notre réseau.
This ceremony is a special occasion, and REFEC members want to use it as an opportunity to express their sincere gratitude to the ANCB for their constant support to our network. The president, like an adage says, once there is still something to do, nothing has been done. The elected women beseech you to sustain the effort you are putting in and not reduce your effort in supporting us. Our wish is to continually be at the beneficial side of the activities that add value to us. Your support helps us, and with your support, we are able to reinforce our institutional visibility. We need the help of the government for subventions. We have been receiving support from the government since 2022, and the support has really been beneficial. This support enables us to be well equipped and survive in hard conditions that we encounter regularly. It also permits us to put in place an implementation strategy and implement strategic actions in various communes. It was a moment of recognition and commitment of Mayor Luke Atropo, who promises to make 2023 better than the past year for the elected female councillors of Benin Republic. Another highlight of the ceremony was the presentation of a symbolic gift to the president of the AMTB, a work of art that represents for the women the mayor's unceasing commitment to the network of elected women councillors in Benin Republic.
Moving on to Turkey, one of the largest earthquakes to strike Turkey in a century wiped out entire sections of the major cities in the region, filled with millions of people who have fled the civil war in Syria. Now, the rescue was being hampered by a winter blizzard that covered major roads in ice and snow. Officials said the quake made 3 major airports in the area inoperable, further complicating deliveries of vital aid. Here's more reports on the following.
A magnitude of 7.8 earthquake has knocked down multiple buildings in southeast Turkey and northern Syria. Sadly, at least 284 deaths were reported in Turkey, while 237 people died in Syria. The U.S. Geological Survey said the earthquake was centered about 33 kilometers from Gaziantep, a major city and provincial capital. It was about 18 kilometers deep, and a strong 6.7 aftershock rumbled about 10 minutes later. The tremor was also felt in Cyprus and Lebanon. The Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said on Twitter that search and rescue teams were immediately dispatched to the areas hit by the earthquake. In northwest Syria, the opposition Syria Civil Defense described the situation in the rebel-held region as disastrous, adding that an entire building had collapsed and people were trapped under the rubble. Report states that large trucks are coming in to provide help to the population in the affected area, while Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan is reportedly on his way to the affected area. Teams from the Ministry of Environment and Forestry were also heading there to help manage the livestock, which the population is highly dependent on. Schools in the 10 provinces will remain closed for a week. At least 284 people died in Turkey and more than 2,300 have been injured, stated the Vice President Fuat Oktay. The Vice President added that 1,718 buildings have collapsed and search and rescue operations are ongoing in several major cities. The healthcare system in Syria is overwhelmed by the number of people in need of medical attention, especially as some hospitals have been damaged by the quake. Rescue teams are carrying out a frantic search for survivors trapped under the tangles of metal and chunks of concrete in cities and towns across Turkey and Syria. The earthquake came as the region is experiencing a snowstorm that is expected to continue until Thursday.
In Nigeria, election officials in Nigeria on Saturday staged mock biometric accreditation for voters ahead of this month's presidential election and parliamentary election. Now, the country goes to the polls on the 25th of February to elect a successor to President Muhammadu Buhari. Here's more details on the following reports.
Election officials in Nigeria on Saturday staged mock biometric accreditation for voters ahead of this month's presidential and parliamentary elections. The country goes to the polls on the 25th of February to elect a successor to President Muhammadu Buhari. To ensure fairness and transparency of the electoral process,
this is just to test that the BIVAS is working, for people to know that, and that the job of BIVAS is just to accredit people, either facially or through their thumbprinting. If you cannot do if you can't thumbprint well, then you bring out the facial to enable us to know that you are the original owner of that card you are bringing. That card also was issued by INEC.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, introduced the voter accreditation system at 2015 and 2019 polls. Some voters were excited about the exercise.
I had, the people, ringing the bell that each and every individual, the eligible voters, that they should come out, and do the mock accreditation. I had to go and pick my card, and when I came out, I did not spend a single minute, before I was accredited. And that is a very good, score mark, on the part of INEC.
And have the biometrics taken by INEC officials to help improve preparations for the general elections. State governors and lawmakers will be elected 2 weeks later. President Buhari will step down after 2 terms, the maximum permitted under the Constitution. Officials are keen for the election to run smoothly. Former Lagos Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the ruling All Progressive Congress, ex-Vice President Atiku Abubakar of the main opposition People's Democratic Party, and ex-governor of Southeastern Anambra State, Peter Obi of Labour Party, are the front runners.
Still on the Nigerian scene, as the Central Bank of Nigeria's Naira redesign policy bites harder, the scarcity of new notes continues to disrupt business activities in markets, restaurants, banks, and major sales outlets across Nigeria. Now, in the midst of the operational challenges being faced by small businesses, especially in rural areas, a survey showed that point of sale, the POS transaction charges jumped from 400% in most cities across the country last week. Here's more reports.
As the Central Bank of Nigeria's Naira redesign policy bites harder in Nigeria, the scarcity of new notes continues to disrupt business activities in markets, restaurants, banks, and major sales outlets across Nigeria. In the midst of the operational challenges being faced by small businesses, especially in rural areas in Nigeria, a survey showed that point of sales, popularly called POS transaction charges, jumped from 400% in most cities across Nigeria last week. The impact of the Central Bank of Nigeria policy and its attendant chaos have frustrated efforts by many Nigerians operating in the nation's cash-dependent informal economy to do business, make payments, and enjoy certain services. Findings showed that while the poor circulation of the new notes stifled economic activities, POS operators have also had a hard time getting both the old notes and new notes from banks in recent weeks. Some POS agents stated within the week that their inability to access cash has stalled their operations, while operators who struggle to get cash blame the hurdles they encountered at the banks for the increase in transaction charges. Across some of the mobile money cash points visited in Lagos, Abuja, and other major cities, reports stated that charges and transactions have skyrocketed by over 400% in Nigeria.
Management of the CBN has sought and obtained the approval of President Muhammadu Buhari to redesign, produce, release, and circulate new series of banknotes at 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira levels. In line with this approval, we have finalized arrangements for the new currency to begin circulation from December 15th, 2022 after its launch by President Muhammadu Buhari. The redesign of the currency will help deepen our drive to entrench cashless economy, as it will be complemented by increased minting of our e-naira.
It should be recalled that the Central Bank of Nigeria on the 26th of October 2022 announced the introduction of redesigned 200 naira notes, 500 naira notes and 1,000 naira notes into the financial system. But since the notes were unveiled, Nigerians across different parts of the country have had a hard time accessing the new notes from banks and ATM points. Last week, amid the chaos caused by the scarcity of the new notes, the CBN extended the deadline for the phasing out of the old notes from the 31st of January 2023 deadline to the 10th of February 2023. Despite the extension, many Nigerians working in the informal sector of the economy have had to scramble for the new notes, while others lamented their inability to withdraw their hard-earned money from their bank accounts.
Come down, come and wear your clothes. If I want to shoot me, make I die, make I shoot me. Make I die, sir. If they bury me, make I know, make I forget the problem. Don't not kill me, make I die. See, listen. The non.
What the government are doing is not good at all. How can somebody with your own money, you be doing line? With your own money, the way to remove your money is even problem. If you want to remove from the ATM, you must queue. If you want to remove from the POS, you must use your money to buy money. It is how to do it. It is how to do the government. Gaskiya, they are not doing anything for us. They are not helping us. They are just collecting our votes for nothing and nothing's sake. They are not helping us. If our president has God, he should fear God that what he's doing is unfair to us and unfair to women.
There have equally been allegations of hoarding on the part of the deposit money banks, while some mobile cash deposit vendors are said to be exploiting the situation by dispensing the new notes to customers at skyrocketed prices. On Friday, the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, asked Nigerians to be patient and join the bank queues in order to access their money. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari, the Nigerian president, during a meeting with the Progressive Governors Forum, urged citizens of Nigeria to give him 7 days to resolve the cash crunch that has stifled productive engagements across Nigeria. As Nigerians besiege commercial banks nationwide to access cash, there are videos trending online talking about the fact that old, dirty money that have been put in sockaways and even hidden under the ground are counted in the bank brought in by customers. Several videos have also surfaced online showing frustrated customers vandalizing bank properties due to their inability to get cash from the banks and also the ATM systems.
To end this news edition, here's a recap of our top stories. As the Central Bank of Nigeria's Naira redesign policy bites harder, the scarcity of new notes continues to disrupt business activities. The network of elected women councillors of Benin presented its best wishes for the new year to the president of the National Association of Benin Communes. A magnitude of 7.8 earthquake has knocked down multiple buildings in southeast Turkey and northern Syria. Here we conclude today's news edition. Coming to you live and direct from Golfe Africa, I am Itunu. Enjoy the rest of your day.